Let me fast forward to my part. It's time to take it down. So soaking wet and girl, it's made for me. I'm about to die with crazy. Okay, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Kadisha, call me K for short. And as you read by the title, today I'm going to be doing a My First Questions tag. And pretty much what that is I'm going to read a series of questions that I found online, and I'm going to be answering them for y'all. So if you're interested in knowing what some of my firsts were or are, stay tuned and watch this video. And while you at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. So without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. Okay, and excuse me if I keep rolling. I'm sitting in my computer chair and it squeaks, so if you hear weird noises, it's because of the chair. And I just have a habit of twirling in it when I'm sitting in it. So my first time tag questions. Question number 1. First app you check when you wake up in the morning. Usually the first app that I check in the morning is Facebook. If it's not, it's between Facebook and my Bible app. But I think I normally check Facebook first. And I know that sounds kind of bad, but Facebook will have to be the app that I normally check first. First broken bone. I've never had any broken or fractured bones. I mean, other than a sprained ankle or whatever, twisted ankle, that's about it, but never any broken bones. First foreign country you ever visited. I ain't never been out the United States. First Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook post. Let me see. Let me go to my Instagram and see what my first ever post was. Just right now, I'm just scrolling. And my old phone, this is my iPhone 6, so it don't have screen recording on here. So excuse me, I would have put it on the side of the screen. And if it does have screen recording, I don't see the icon, so, but I don't think it has screen recording. So my first post on Instagram was May 16th, 2013. So that was 6 years ago. And it was a picture of me and my baby sister, Kat. So shout out to Catherine. But yeah, that was my very first Instagram post. Sorry y'all, I'm looking over because I'm getting text messages. But next question is first makeup item. The first makeup item, I'm assuming this is the first makeup item I've ever used. Other than lip gloss, the first makeup item that I've ever used was eyeshadow. Let me tell y'all, when I very first started wearing makeup, I only wore eyeshadow, and I wore white eyeshadow. Imagine white eyeshadow, no eyeliner. I didn't know nothing about filling in my brows, so I really thought that white eyeshadow was it. And I be looking back on old pictures like, girl, what you doing with some white eyeshadow? First YouTuber you subscribed to. Did I ever subscribe to him? Or did I just watch his videos? Kevin Edwards. Comment down below if you know who I'm talking about. But Kevin Edwards, he's famous. Well, he's not famous, but he's known on YouTube for his vlogs and skits. I went to his YouTube channel and I started watching some of his videos, and it really caught my attention. So I think he may have been the very first person that I ever subscribed to when I was becoming more active on YouTube. Next question. First time you went shopping on your own? I don't know. I don't remember the first time I went shopping on my own. I really don't like shopping by myself because I like to have somebody there so I can get their opinion, especially if I'm in a clothing store. I just hate shopping by myself. My first boyfriend. Okay, my first boyfriend was at the age of 20. Yes, I'm a late bloomer, and so what? Who gonna say something? So yeah, my first ever boyfriend, my very first boyfriend was at the age of 20. I'm not gonna name names. Those that know me know who my very first boyfriend was. My first car, I got my first car, was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year. Yeah, I got my first car last year, March 3rd to be exact, a white Honda Accord 2011. My first ever cell phone, let me tell you, my first ever cell phone was a black flip Virgin Mobile phone. Anybody remember Virgin Mobile? I don't know if they still have that, but yep, my first phone was in the 9th grade, and it was black. It was a flip phone, and it was a Virgin Mobile. My first ever date. What was my first ever date? What was the first date we went on? I guess you would say our first date or outing was the park, because he loved playing basketball, and that day was the day that we made it official. So he came and picked me up. We went to the park, we talked, laughed, joked, whatever. Just had a good time. So my first ever date was at the park. My first ever kiss was at the age of 17. Again, I'm a late bloomer, but all you fast tail girls that was kissing boys in elementary school, middle school, you fast. My very first fear, I don't know, but as a kid growing up, I think every kid's fear was getting lost in the store. Getting lost in Walmart, Kroger, whatever store. You go wandering off, trying to be nosy, looking at other stuff, picking up stuff that your mama told you not to put your hands on if she's not paying for it. And then you look up and she ain't there. And you start panicking like, Mom, where you at? Where you went? Where you go? So yeah, I would say that was my first fear. My first heartbreak was a few years ago. A lot went with that, so it wasn't a breakup, but it turned into a breakup because of certain circumstances and things like that. I'm just leave it like that. I already answered this question. My first Instagram post. My first job was, my first real job, besides having summer jobs with the Youth Works program, my first real job was Kentucky Fried Chicken. I had just started my senior year of high school, and I started working at KFC. Let me tell y'all, I did not last 3 weeks. I went my scheduled shifts for like the first week, second week maybe, and after that I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it. Like I'm a people person, but I'm a people person to a certain extent, and it just wasn't for me. So what I did was I called my sister up, like,
look, sis, I ain't feeling this job, and plus I'm just starting my senior year of school. I just want to focus on school, but I'm scared to tell Melvin that I don't want to work here at KFC no more.
Well, what she did was she called and she pretended to be like me, and she told Melvin, like,
hi Melvin, I just want to call you and let you know that unfortunately I will not be able to continue working at KFC.
yada yada yada. And he went for it, and I never went back, and that was that. So my first language and only language is English. My first pet was a dog. I don't remember the type of dog it was. His name was Spanky. Childhood dog, rest in peace, Spanky. My first piercing, when did I get it? My first piercing or piercings were my ears. I got them done when I was a baby, so I don't know I don't know how old I was and exactly when I got it, but I just know that I was a baby. My first experience with the opposite sex, I'm gonna just say it like that, the age of 20. My first swear word, I don't remember my first cuss word. I'm not one that cuss. I mean, I say cuss words, but it's not anything that's in my everyday vocabulary. So I don't know. My first tattoo, I don't have any tattoos. My first time on a plane, I've never been on a plane. My first thought today, oh, that's a good one. My first thought today was being thankful for waking up in the morning. Every day I wake up, either I say out loud or I say in my head, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. Thank you, Lord, for another unpromised day. Thank you, Lord, for watching over me as I slept on last night. Anything of that nature, that's usually the first thought that comes to my mind when I wake up. My first YouTube video was actually titled my first YouTube video. It's no longer on my channel. Well, it is on my channel, but it's private now. My first YouTube video was pretty much just introducing who I was, why I started YouTube, the type of interests of videos that I like to watch on YouTube, and some of the things that I wish to do on YouTube once I get more comfortable. I know it's about to be a year that I've started YouTube, but I haven't been consistent. I'm still getting used to being in front of the camera. I still have to record on my iPhone. So yeah. My first concert I ever attended. The first concert I ever attended was down at Judge Fisher Park, and I was with my family. I was a little kid, but I remember this concert vaguely. Who did we see? The Isley Brothers, y'all know.
You're contagious, touch me, baby, give me what you got. Sexy lady, drive me crazy, drive me wild.
Yeah, them. The first person I talked to today was well, that don't count because we text, we didn't talk. The first person I talked to today was my boyfriend. The first person that ever broke my heart is the person that I considered my first boyfriend. And like I said, I don't want to get into too many details, but that was my very first time feeling a feeling that I never want to feel ever again. But I know we can't say never, or we shouldn't say never. Life happens, but it was a lot. Yes, he was the first person that ever broke my heart. The first person that I text when something exciting happens It's actually 3 people. My mom, my sister Toya, and my sister Kat. And I text them all in a group chat, so they all get it at the same time. The first text I sent today was to my mom. I said, "Good morning, Mom. Have a good day at work. I'm heading to training. Love you." I text my mom every day when I get ready to go to work or I'm heading to work. I tell her I love her. I tell her good morning. I tell her have a good day. The first thing I do every morning again is first thank God for allowing me to wake up to see another day. The first time you ever got drunk. I don't drink. The first wedding I attended was my Uncle Marvin and Aunt Cindy's wedding. That was a long time ago. That was years ago. And I was very young, so I don't really remember it that often or very well. When did you go to your first party? I don't know. My first party obviously had to be a birthday party, and it probably was one of my cousins' birthday parties, and we were kids, so yeah. I only got, let me see how many questions I have. I skipped over some questions because some of them just don't apply to me, so it wasn't no point in me reading them and saying, I never did this, I never did that. First time I got a speeding ticket. I've never gotten a speeding ticket. Since I've been driving for 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years now, and I've never gotten a speeding ticket. I've never been pulled over for my speed. I have been pulled over twice. Yeah, I've been pulled over only 2 times out of the 2 years that I've been driving. The first time I got pulled over, I have the story time on my channel if you're interested in watching that video. Technically I made an illegal turn. And then the second one was I forgot to turn my highlights. Lord have mercy. I forgot to turn my headlights back on after I left BW3's, and I was driving down the street. The officer just reminded me that I need to turn my headlights on, and that was that. All right, I'm going to wrap this up with the last question. The first time I got in a fist fight. Now y'all know fighting is so tacky. I don't fight.
I don't argue. I just hit that bitch with a bar.
Just playing. I've never gotten into a fist fight. Your girl is such an angel. I don't fight. But no, all jokes aside, I never gotten into a fist fight. Like I said, I've always been one to stay to myself. I am so quiet. I think I come off very quiet to people that some people don't even know how to approach me. Not to say that in a cocky way, but don't know how to approach me, or you know, just I don't know. I don't really showcase too much to give people for them to know how to come at me, I guess, if I'm saying that right and if that makes sense. So yes, that was my first time questions tag. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment if you have some similar my first like I did, and subscribe to my channel. I am about to wrap this up. I'm not going to stay on here longer than what I already have. This video is at 25 minutes. I gotta edit it because that's too long. And yeah, so yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and just show your girl some love. And I will see you all in my next video.